Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone and rule well. And Shalom to all the brothers doing the work, sincerity and truth. Um, yeah, kind of wanted to just touch on how, you know, this situation that you have in the state of Israel, which you've seen escalating and kind of just blowing up in the news. Because, they've been shooting missiles, people have been dropping dead. And it's like the main kind of takeaway I noticed from it is it's revealing, the nature of these guys within the state of Israel, these Amalekites. These guys are basically getting put on blast, just globally. It's kind of being exposed what these men have been doing, and this is something they've been doing, for the longest. That's kind of what's been going down since like 1948. It's just been a slow, like the whole kind of manner by which they got into they went into the land, about off of Balfour Declaration. They've just been essentially trying to get the fullness of it. That's pretty much what they've been doing. And then as such, it's just like, yeah, like man have just been getting it's them man, like them guys in Palestine, those Palestinians as they call them, have just been getting bullied up because, yeah, they were there, and now it's like, yo, it's time for you guys to fuck off. And it's like that was it's now. I think the main thing is like social media kind of exposing a bit more. You can see more of what's going down, and is people are being made more aware of what's actually happening. And then as well, yeah, like hey, situation's heating up, and it's late. It's the time of the end, man. It's the time for everything to be coming into that full intensity, and that's what you're seeing. It's sparking up again, and it's funny as well because there was article I was thinking of doing a video, and I might still do it, or that saying what's this guy named Ahmadinejad, man? This guy that went to the UN and put Esau on blast, for his history. This guy who was a staunch opponent of America, he's now I think in the run to be is it prime minister? No, I think it's whatever the the elected position is, where Rouhani is now, because there's supreme leader, and then there's something else underneath it, which is what these guys take on. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? That's funny, because then it'll be like Putin and Ahmadinejad, and you'd kind of have the old enmity, and then Biden as well. Funny enough, back there. So then you have the old enmity there, to where it's like, and as well, Trump already duppied the Iran nuclear deal, and Iran's been going way above and beyond that deal for the longest. Man, are at, I think 60%, they said last time. So it's all these things, all these factors are coming back in to where everything's intensifying, and then now that's why it's like, hey, demonizing the state of Israel, these Amalekites, is in the best interest of all these parties. And then this shit was funny. This shit I was saying, I was just like, this is wild, man. Because, so I'll read it. It says, Jewish mobs vicious attack on presumed Arab in Bat Yam caught live on Israel TV. Victim hospitalized with serious injuries. Political leaders slam intolerable and immoral assault. Meretz MK says it shows Israel heading towards civil war. Which, yeah, that's really what you've been saying. Because it's been intensifying on a scale where it's kind of nuts. And especially because it's like the end of Ramadan as well. So it's like these men haven't trying to do their left hand side high holy day, and in the midst of that happening, then it's like, yo, people are getting aggy, and it's like on social media especially, you're seeing a lot of people just kind of posting stuff, spreading it through that to try and get, for what, whatever, just people use social media, innit, just try and get clout or whatever. And then yeah, you're seeing what, like, it's funny as hell. You're seeing that, and yeah, it's that's just spreading the awareness of what's going down. And then you got some shit like this, which I'll show the video in a sec. So it says a video of a crowd of extremist Jewish Israelis beating a man presumed to be an Arab in a Tel Aviv suburb on Wednesday night was broadcast live on Israeli TV as the country erupted in violence between Arabs and Jews. The incident in the coastal city of Bat Yam, caught by a camera operator for Israeli Channel 11, comes amid the deadly rocket fire between Israel and Hamas, the terror group that controls Gaza. Yeah, and yeah, and even with what do you call it? Even with what do you call it? The rockets. It was like the ratio that they mentioned was kind of wild. This was, I think, a couple hours back, like a day ago or something, where they said it was 3 people died in Israel from rockets. I think it was like 21 had died in Palestine or whatever. And I was like, this is kind of hilarious, because it's like it's being equivalated, but then it's like the level that Amalek's going in on, like them man are going ham. But these are the things that kind of or why it's people are getting so emotional about it. But it's like, yeah, the main thing I'm seeing is basically, throwing the image of Amalek, those guys, in the state of Israel, is being dragged through the mud, and that's really what you've been seeing. Because even going back, like years back, you've had, like, in the UK anyway, I'm thinking about, you've had like awareness of like, oh, marches for Palestine and blah blah blah. That's been a thing that's brought up. But it's like now you're seeing like actual footage, man. So yeah, it says deadly rocket fire between Israel and Hamas, the terror group that controls Gaza. It says the footage.
הייתי מצד אחד אומר, זה נראה כמו איזשהו ניסיון פתטי של אבו מאזן בכל זאת לתת את ה...
תראו מה קורה בבת ים בזמן שאנחנו מדברים, מנפצים שמשות של מכוניות. דניאל אלעזר, אנחנו איתך, אם אתה שומע אותנו, אתה יכול לדבר. אנחנו רואים כאן לינץ'.
Of them men are annihilating this guy. This guy is getting fucking annihilated.
דניאל, יש מישהו בתוך הרכב? יש מישהו בתוך הרכב הזה?
יש, ככל הנראה מישהו... רגע, אנחנו מנסים לראות.
Enough men just stopped to
מנסים לראות אם יש, הוא נחלץ וברח. אבל אפשר לראות איך ההמון פה פשוט מכה בזה אחר זה את הרכב, מנפץ את השמשות.
He's not even... Fuck it, bruv. The guy is not. Let me wheel that a little bit, because the guy is not moving. All you see is his arms twitching because he's getting punched. Like, he's fucking absolutely battered. Bruv, the guy was fully not moving. It's actually wild. But that's the thing, is these things now, incidents like this are being caught on camera. People are watching it, and it's essentially having the esteem of Amalek, man, of them guys in the state of Israel being dragged through the mud. Because that's the main thing that I've kind of been seeing increase over time. So this is what says we're watching a lynching in real time. Reporter Daniel Elazar says in Hebrew off camera, "There are no police here. I don't think we need to be showing this," the TV anchor says as the camera pulls away. Police and emergency services reportedly did not arrive on the scene until 15 minutes later, while the victim lay motionless on his back in the middle of the street. Those in the crowd justified the attack by saying the man was an Arab who had tried to ram the far-right nationalists, but the footage shows a motorist trying to avoid Jewish extremists who were marching along Bat Yam Promenade. The victim is seriously injured but stable, Tel Aviv's Ichilov hospital said in a statement without revealing his identity. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told the public that such incidents were intolerable. Yeah, funny enough, there's something else I read. I was meant to have a few more articles. I don't know, I lost them because my phone, I don't know what my phone did with them. Some funny business, but there was one as well on like how Netanyahu had seemingly, got away. Him being ousted, him not even being able to create a form of government. Like I think it would have to he would have to either have to come up with I can't remember if it's either he failed to form a government or he'd failed to form like a coalition even after failing to form a government. But it was like gonna be where it was possible for him to fall out of power, and now given the state that it's in, it's like just state of emergency the thing and just say like, look, it's too dangerous, and he stays in. And it's funny because I was thinking, bruv, this guy was needing a lifeline like this for a while, and that's likely why he's gone so hard line with his response, because then you have that intense situation where you ain't got time to think about him getting kicked out, and depending on how he deals with it, then he can just continue to he'll garner support whilst doing it. And and that's, but then what's getting exposed is how these Amalek operates within that land, and then he's earning the scorn of the other nations. Because said so Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told the public that such incidents were intolerable. "I don't care if your blood is boiling, so it's boiling. It's irrelevant. You can't take the law into your own hands," he said. "You can't come to an Arab civilian." I don't even know. I don't think anyone was even fucking arrested or anything for that. Considering they said police didn't come for 15 minutes, them man weren't going to be around. And even if like they're on camera, I don't know. But it's funny as hell. Man, we're talking about how Israel's the model. The state of Israel's the model for how to deal with the C-19. and it's yeah, I guess so. It's funny. It's real funny, man. So it says you can't come to an Arab civilian and try to assault him, just as we can't see Arab citizens do so to Jewish citizens. This will not stand. Opposition leader Yair Lapid decried the total loss of control, and Yamina chief Naftali Bennett called the scenes in Bat Yam un-Jewish, immoral, and inhuman. Isawi Frey, an Arab deputy from the left-wing Meretz party, said the images were a sign that the country was heading towards civil war. Yeah, which that's really what you're seeing. Now, depending on how long it goes on, it may get to that, it may not. But regardless, like the tension's there, and it's been built. It's gonna snap at some point in time, and that's why no, it's the main thing is shine is these guys Amalek getting revealed for how they operate, man, how they deal in that land, and these things have been pushed out, but now it's like it's been like with the internet and social media as it's set up now, the way these things get spread, shit goes viral quick, and you have people making TikToks and whatever, all forms of repackaging it. And then yeah, it's gonna spread and go out. And let me read this: Psalms 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Yeah. So as far as for Esau, his whole system, his power structure, how he operates, these things are being exposed, and it's what his own tongue's gonna fool himself. He's gonna expose himself, and that's like what you've seen with just, with their own one of Amalek's own TV stations filming that, and they're going out like my man was just driving around. The man was just going around looking to body man, and it shows, hey, that's all that peace talk, which has been BS, has done been BS, been exposed. Get this as well. Is it 47? Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Yeah, so make bare the leg, thy nakedness shall be seen. Because as far as for these guys, in the land, it's basically been revealed how they operate, which it's been known, but like I said, it's been reiterated. And hey, these things, it's all getting exposed, and that's giving people energy, to come against, to be in opposition to these guys, man. That's really what it is. And hey, that's where we're heading to as well, is that civil war, that nation rising up against nation, all these different nations being in conflict, and basically, Esau being revealed as the key target that needs to be annihilated, man. And that's why it's what everyone's gonna turn against America, man. So these, it's all the all the BS, all the what's the word I can use? Not even all the mischief that Esau gets up to, to achieve his aims. Bringing in all different forms of destruction. Making that money-based, hedonistic society that everyone's invested in. All these different things. What they're it's been revealed, man. The leg's been made bare. Everyone knows. Hey, look, this is all this has ever been about. Which, for now, people still have that faith. But hey, when Esau reveals his hand, it's going to be real clear. But yeah. I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yabashim Yashab. Shalom.